LDNRBS. We got another guest, guys. See, I'm tripping over my words because who's in the room right now. This is basically because of who's in here, pretty much. I'm telling you. But we got Emmavie in here. Let's give him a clap. Another guest in the building. Now, I always come out of these little talks just before these interviews. Yeah. Who listen to LDNRBS knows this. Emmavie, you genuinely, for a long time, I've loved your voice, honestly, and the way you use it.
Yeah.
Tell anyone that doesn't know about you.
Yeah, I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, DJ as well, and like, I don't know, just a music lover in general. So yeah, I'm DJing tomorrow at Clutch from 7 PM. That's in, where's that, Hoxton? Yeah. So coming through, I'm making getting the party started and stuff. Amazing performance as well tomorrow. What else do I do? Kind of just everything music and like collaborate a lot and kind of just trying to take over the world. That's it, really.
That's the way forward. Yeah. That is the way forward for sure. And also, I wanted to know how it all started with Emmavie. From the very start. From the very start. Yeah, very start.
The very, very, very start. I must have been like 7 years old, and my dad got us a karaoke machine, 2 tapes. Me and my brother just like recording on the other tape with like music playing from the first tape. Yeah. Then a game called Music 2000, which like a lot of people that produced and a lot of people like, I think there was a rumor that went around that said that Dizzy Rascal's Boy in the Corner that was produced on that, but I know it wasn't. But like that's that's why the game was so popular. Yeah. That was like, so then that kind of got me into just knowing how beats were made. Got to like 11 and found out about Fruit Loops, which a lot of people like use. Yeah, around 11. Then I just was very, very lucky because MySpace like popped off for me, kind of. So like then the internet thing was a very real thing. Can you imagine? Yeah. Then I'm literally going through my whole entire life story.
No, go through. You got time. We got time.
Then I met some like really, really great music people because when I was in high school, like YouTube wasn't really popping. There wasn't, SoundCloud wasn't a thing really. It was more about who had some kind of talent in whatever school. Yeah. So it's just like it was a school sort of thing. So it's just like, oh, there was a singer in that school. Oh, there's a rapper in that school.
Singer Olympics.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Meet in the park and like people showing off what they got. And then there was like talent shows. I did a few of those sort of things. Some of my like closest friends coming up really, really helped really. So it's just one of those things that I've always had amazing people around me to make sure that my music was heard by someone. And like it's been a really like organic love journey. Like everything that's happened for me has just been someone suggesting me or someone putting me forward for something or saying we really like you, can we put you on this thing, and then that thing just blew up, and that's been my journey up until this point. And then obviously there's been a few like soulection stuff recently. Can you say that one more time, because we can't just say that. Say that one more time, please. There's been a few a couple, 2, 3, I don't know how many we're at right now or like how many have come out, but like yeah, there's been soulection collaborations. We did the show at Coco with them last year. Obviously they're touring right now and stuff, so there's exciting stuff coming. So that's where we're at right now. I think that's up until today. Kind of missing out for years, but like that's everything about me. Amazing. Also with producing, you already have an incredible voice, but what made you actually go into the producing and being so big on that? Because even the song from Marie Dahlstrom, like I love that song, but I didn't know it was produced by you. Yeah. So tell me about that side of things too. I started producing first, more than anything. Like first of all, it was about the beats because I just like music a lot, and then I really like harmony, and I liked like arranging things. So I really like bass. That was my thing. I always really liked bass and stuff like that. So then once I started learning, I was kind of like really terrible at singing. That's the honest truth. I was the worst singer. No one believes you. Wow. I was terrible. Look at Tinsley, my best friend over there. Oh damn. So how did you train yourself? Literally practice. You know what? I'm really good at copying things. That's like I've literally everything's self-taught. So I taught myself how to produce. Like taught myself kind of like most bits on the keyboard and like a bit of drums and all that kind of stuff. Like I'm just really, really good at imitating people. So like I watched a lot of Michael Jackson coming up. So I used to be a dancer first, and I used to do like the Michael Jackson moves and all the body. You can do it now. Obviously, no one else can. There we go. Trust me. There we go. That was me. Use that as a soundbite. That was me. I was a dancer first, and I was just like, you know, what else can I do? Started DJing, like mixing stuff, just to like, not even DJing, sorry, just mixing tracks on. I can't remember what program it was. And I was just like, hold on, I want to make the tracks myself to dance to. That's how I started producing, and like then I don't know.
That is so unusual though.
Yeah.
How many female producers do you know?
Not a lot.
I was thinking about this the other day.
They're around though.
They're around,
but it's like building a presence. I think for a lot of people, that's the hard bit. There's loads of female everything, but like being known for that's like.
How do you feel about that in terms of being a female in the industry when it comes to producing?
Yeah.
Like when you come at someone to say, yeah, I produce too.
Yeah.
Do they take you completely serious?
Not always, which is good because then I press play and they're like, what the hell? And like new stuff that I've been doing recently is I've just in the last like week, like if you ask these girls, in the last week I just went to another level and I don't even not even to
I'm
blow
looking
my
at
own.
their faces.
Not even to
They're just shaking their heads.
They're shaking
just
their
like,
heads.
yes.
That's not confirmation, boy. That's confirmation.
Witness this, raise their right hand and then
exactly. Yeah. It's not even to like blow my own trumpet, but I think I've been spending a lot of time with like the most amazing producers recently.
Yeah.
So it's just like I've learned a lot. Like obviously I'm working with producers on like soulection and stuff like that. So to be listening to that kind of level of production, you're only gonna grow. So like that's.
Also, the first time I ever heard you was actually in my car. I was like, there was a playlist playing, and then I heard Alpha Mist.
Yeah. And
then I heard yourself, and you using your voice like an instrument. It was, it was you were on the hook of it. But also, tell me about your relationship with Alpha Mist because you two don't ever stop making music.
I'm gonna try not to.
Yeah. Tell us about
how did it start? We met in uni, and it's a very like simple thing. We were the like two of the very few black people on the course. So then obviously Brunel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In London,
very
local.
So it's one of those things where like on the music course we kind of just you look at each other and like you're black, I'm black.
Let's connect.
Let's connect. We're like sitting there like the first day like do you know what I mean? Oh, there's a black person. That's it really.
And that was
That's
it.
The honest
that
truth.
was the story of
That's
Alpha
it.
Mist.
There was nothing more to it. Just two black people just said, look, it's just us. It's us two in this. So like, no. It was literally. Someone told me about him when I got onto the course. He was a year ahead of me, and someone said if you're looking for someone to play keys, especially for the kind of music you like, Alpha is this guy. And I was just like. Then one day I walked into a rehearsal room and he's playing. I'm like. Who the hell is this god? That's literally what I was like, he's insane. It was day one and we spent so much of the rest of the like 2 years that we were in uni together after that point together, using the resources, recording in the uni studio and stuff like that. So it was literally like,
do you know what's really mad? I've just found out that you're from Rainers Lane.
Yeah.
I grew up in Rainers Lane. And it's bad because like I make music as well,
yeah.
Would you say your environment has shaped a lot in your career over the years?
Yeah, I'd say Rainers Lane is a really calm, quiet place, as you know.
Yeah.
So it's just like it makes it very easy to be alone with yourself. I think you
alone is the word because it's like literally a lot of people don't even know that that place
I'm telling you, it's like it's good to be in that kind of like space where you focus on your own growth and you don't get too caught up in everything else. Because being involved in other things means going very, very far away from home. So like. Now that I'm out all the time, I don't see home enough. But like during the maybe the last 9 or 10 years or something before this point, it was just me in my room making music and everyone coming to me. It's mad because Rainers Lane is like 2 hours from any normal place.
A lot of people say it's dead, right?
Do you know what I mean?
There's nothing there.
Yeah. So like I'm at the point now where there's people that like would be going to £1 million studios to come into my bedroom to record and I'm just like I'm in Rainers Lane, if you want to work you need to come to Rainers Lane. Literally it's that.
I think I heard about your studio still.
How does it feel too to like how does it feel your home studio? Like would you feel like it would be a different situation if you went to like this big prestigious studio?
I feel always like more at home obviously, but more recently, it's about finding the right studio and the right like people, the right vibe. There are a few studios, namely the studio that Zulu records in, and there's quite a few others, but that one where that's also home away from home, where like someone's created a hub somewhere that isn't a house, and it feels like you're walking into someone else's house, and the vibes are just like insane. It's like I prefer being there. It's just because there's no like shower. That's the only reason I don't stay there for long. Literally, I would live there if there was a shower and a bed. I would live there. Like, so yeah. But otherwise, it's always going to be more comfortable being in a place that you built. Like I built my studio. So, yeah.
What is music to you?
Everything. Music is my life.
What sort of artists do you used to listen to growing up?
God, I listened to a lot of like neo soul, R&B. I was like that R&B child that loved Ashanti and Ja Rule and Usher and Justin Timberlake. So it's like I can't front. People always say, "Oh, Etta James," and do you know what I mean? These massive names. I would be lying. I say it was Michael Jackson to begin with, then everything Pharrell. So anything Pharrell ever produced, including "Slave for You" by Britney Spears. Do you know what I mean? They're kind of ones like I think he did a song called "Chocolate" with Madonna. Like all these random things. Anything that Pharrell touched is what I lived on. All of LL Cool J's CDs, albums, he had like 11 of them, and no one ever talked about them, but they were so heavy. Like he had such good like production choices that his R&B joints were so nice. So I was like,
Hey Lover, all that.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
You can play that every single day. Most of his singles you can play every single day for the next like 30 years. So that's me. I just loved like R&B that was like 90s. That's me, like 90s R&B. The obvious stuff. I didn't have to dig too deep to start loving music. It was like it was on radio, it was on TV. While I was doing U-Turn when Usher was like, hands up.
No, you said earlier you're good at copying things.
Yeah.
What was did you ever used to try and copy harmonies in any of your favourite tunes?
That is a very good question.
The first one that you probably attempted.
Because your harmonies definitely seem very left field, like you go with your own. So that's a good question.
That's how I learned. Like my favourite song ever is a song called "Climbing the Mountain" by Kenny Lattimore, and my dad used to play that in the car like everywhere. There was this one tape that he had, and like there's such beautiful harmonies on that, and I remember I must have been like 8 or 9 or something like that, listening to that tape pretty much every single car journey. And when you listen to something enough, you start hearing the stuff in the background, and you're thinking, what is that? Like, why would it go like that? So then I was always singing the harmonies, and then picked it up because I loved it. That's it. So it was about just like replicating and imitating the things that I really liked in music and ignoring the stuff I didn't like.
Interesting.
Growing up, who would you say was your biggest influence and inspiration?
Pharrell. Production-wise, Pharrell. And then, because he did everyone's best song, in my opinion. Then also it was about like really studying the songs that he produced for people, because those were like the best songs on all the albums I was listening to. So it was that. Producer-wise, again, like Dre and Vidal, Tim and Bob. So like obviously slow down.
Yes.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So like that's me, but literally it was Pharrell. I listened to a lot of Missy and Erykah Badu. Like, I think a lot of Missy is obvious in like my style and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can see that.
I remember.
Emmavie's just waiting to break out into the dance, you know?
That's me. Yo, trust me. Like when my music videos come, I'm gonna be like Missy, like all my hair's coming off. That's what I want to do. But yeah.
And also too, with soulection, we touched on it before, but how did you connect with that? Because so we all know how we feel about soulection. Yeah. So how did that connection happen?
It happened. It was really like it was natural. I can't say it was anything industry, anything glamorous. When I put out the Epoch EP with Alpha, I Am Nobody First is the first person from soulection that hit me up, and he's just like, "Yo, I love your writing, love your voice. Can we work?" And I remember initially, like, he was sending me stuff back and forth. There was loads, and I was just doing harmonies, and his production, it was just like, I was like, this is the next level. I've never worked with someone that was at this level. Yeah. We dropped Deeper. I think even before Deeper, I must have...
Deeper. Sorry. Listen, Deeper. But yeah, go
it's
on.
too deep.
Yeah.
Then Rom. I know that Rom hit me up like 2 days before before I got an email saying we were going to be doing a show together. So it was a bit crazy. He must have. One day I must have heard his music for the first time. Yeah. And then I was like, who is this guy? And I hadn't even done the social media thing where you start following and tweeting or whatever. I was just SoundClouding, like stalking him on SoundCloud. And then the next day he tweeted like, I love Emmavie's voice, and I was like, what? I was like, you see God?
That's the law of attraction
right
there.
You see what I'm saying? Literally, see God working like that? Yeah. Then it was like, probably 2 or 3 days later, I get an email from Mercedes and saying, oh, she's putting on a show, Future Sounds. And I look at the lineup and it's Rom, Civi, me, Sue Lily, and I was just like, what? We were literally just talking just now. Met Civi Civi, that was the first time, maybe the second time I met Civi. But then obviously that was like, Rom's not soulection, but like he's soulection affiliated, but Civi's soulection. So it's just like that started like that relationship there from when we met, and it was just like love at first sight sort of thing.
Yeah,
everyone is just family straight away.
And big up your new track to Murder, man.
Thank you very much.
Places.
Thank you.
For real.
Amazing.
So what actually gets your creative mind going, or is it just 24 hours a day?
Sometimes it's not 24 hours. I wish it was. It can be like in the last few weeks I've been non-stop creating, but you have to live a little bit. So when I have an experience, if I've not done anything, if I had a really calm period, I can't write anything. But if I feel like almost if I feel like everything's getting on top of me, that's when I write the best, and that's when I get into this like crazy like warp of creation and just need to make loads and loads of beats, and there's just so many ideas coming to me, and it always happens at the most inconvenient times, like the times I need to do something, the time I need to finish work or whatever. Like I start having ideas for beats, I'm mixing one tune, I'm just like, no, I just started thinking of a new tune, and like I needed to finish this song 2 weeks ago, but I'm just like, I'm gonna start making another song, I don't care. That's literally me. So
how many songs does Emmavie have that we
it's not
like? I
couldn't count.
Or unfinished ones too.
You see,
I want to find it.
Yeah.
Do you see the meme with the guy that was cheating on his girlfriend? And it says I didn't even count.
Yeah.
It is literally that. Like in the last 2 days, I've been with my guitarist Sin. We worked on 4 or 5 new songs in the last 2 days.
Amazing.
And it's just like, it has been like that because I've been in the studio pretty much. I live in a studio obviously, but I've been in my studio and other people's studios pretty much every other day for the last like 2 years or something like that. So if you're thinking
Sounds
of it like that,
Dre.
yeah, I want to be that. Like
real.
I'm just like, it's that. What do they call it? That 10,000 hours. You have to put that in to get to that point. And like I think I've done 10,000 hours a long time ago, but like it's just about being able to continue because I want to be able to do it forever.
Consistent.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to ask too, with everything going on, I want to say with other singers, even current singers, who are you feeling right now?
Current singers have been, as in people that are famous or like people that are around?
Anybody.
Let's go both.
My peoples, so my familia, and then shout out Catherine Sarah, who's in the building
that?
inside, just over here.
Oh, okay.
Singer over here. Charlene Clary.
I see you.
Got a shout out Charlene Clarice. Got a shout out Grace Samba. Got a shout out, who else? Love Rel, who called me today, and we're working on something really, really nice right now. Marie Dahlstrom, like you said as well.
Very talented.
You seem like your
We've
friends
actually
really,
for
for real. Like, you seem like your friends really inspire you as well.
They do, because
Motivate.
you know what, like I realize one thing about myself. I choose people in my life based on like things I really enjoy about them, and like so I tend to have people that are very talented because I'm very like impressed by them, and then also there's that shallow bit around in my mind that's like I have a lot of very attractive people around me as well because you like to, do you know what I mean? Because I like looking, so I'm just like I realize there's something about me that just like the people around me I have to really thoroughly enjoy them, and I'm gonna love them thoroughly because it's like whatever they possess is it completes me. That's so like that's so lame to say, but like but it completes me. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like the reason I'm making so much really, really, really great music right now is because I'm surrounded by the most incredible people, and they just so happen to be my best friends.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now, also I want to say with a solo full-length project.
Yes.
I want to try and jump into your laptop and take it. It's true. But aside from that, is it coming?
Yeah, it 100%. You know what? It's been a long time coming, and I can't say too much about how it's being released, but it's gonna be good. And I'm just cutting down all of the short listed songs right now because like I said, in the last 2 days end up making 5 new songs, and I'm like, then the album is going to be completely different. I need to know when to stop. So that's basically it. I'm just trying to figure out when I'm going to stop and say that Honeymoon is finished, but it has to be done literally in the last, like my deadline is the next couple weeks for like mixing, get it mastered, and then like roll out. There'll be physical copies as well, so then that time I think is like 6 weeks or something like that. So yes, I'm hoping that it will be sometime in that kind of time frame.
For anyone that's listening right now and wants to get into the music industry, is there any advice you would give them?
Get very, very good. Practice, because no one can tell you how to. No one can really show you how to get better, and like there's so many opportunities come about from like one song. So if you do one really, really good song, you're gonna get more opportunities than you can even manage, and they're going to throw you into things that you're going to think you're not even qualified for. And it's just like, you have to be so prepared for when they say, hey, we're going to put you in with this producer that just produced up Britney Spears' new album, and they need this top line done, and it's going to be 2 hours, and like, if you've not been practiced, if you're just that person that's just like used to doing I don't even know, just you and your homies in your room and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden you have one internet hit, like you can't always perform when you go into that scenario. And I've been in that place where I, like, when I Hope Never Break Up came out 2 years ago, all of a sudden thrust into the industry, and like going into these insane studios not knowing how to work anything, do you know what I mean, like, and meant to be the producer, which is insane, like, and they'll throw me in with all these newly signed acts or people who are like doing this in Bulgaria and blah 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 blah, and it's just like, it's only now that I think I'll be completely perfect for those scenarios where there's all that money being thrown about and stuff like that. So I'd say, if anything, you know you're good, you're going to have that. As soon as people hear your music, you're going to have that moment where you're going to get thrust into the industry, and you have to be prepared for it, because those opportunities, they come and they go. And yeah, that's what I say.
So what does Emmavie do for fun?
Oh man, everything's music based, but I cook.
Real.
Yeah.
I'm happy you went back to it.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I can't think of much more that isn't just music stuff. Like, I spend so much of my time at shows and like studio, and it's never, you know what, fun. That is fun for me. Like, I chose something. Like I said, I choose the people around me that I really, really like. And I choose to spend all of my time doing something that I really love, and that's music, and that's the most important thing to me. So that's what I can say.
Now, also, I feel like we've got a big trend over here with, I guess a lot of people that may not hear some of the artists that we bring up on here should know Emmavie, really. But if you don't, got to say, he's one of the most incredible artists in the UK. I'm gonna say that. That's no guy. I'm telling you, if you put a whole mixtape out and Emmavie's on it, Emmavie might have the best song.
It's so nice.
Definitely. So remember her for sure, Emmavie. Anything new coming up that you know could be coming up close? Shows?
Yes. Well, other than the show tomorrow, all of it is like, it's so soon. I don't know if I can announce it, but I can say on March 11th I've got a show. Just can't say when, but just follow me on Twitter and everything, and I hope I'll be able to announce it tomorrow or the day after.
What's the Twitter?
It's Emmavie SXF, so that's EMMAVIE SXF.
There we go.
Yeah, my Instagram is at Emmavie. I know, add me on Facebook and all that kind of stuff, and I don't really use Snapchat too much, but I'll try to. Do you know what I mean? Because Instagram story is the thing now. So. Yeah, I've got, there are quite a few dates. One very, very important one that's coming soon. Again, just follow me on the social medias, and I'm hoping that we're announcing that. Now that it's the 1st of March, I think all the March dates are going to be announced very, very soon. Otherwise, I'm DJing at the Ace Hotel, 16th of March, the 8th of April and 10th of June, which are so far away, but I'm actually becoming like a resident DJ there now, and hoping to have my own night. And today they just gave me Saturday nights at Ace Hotel, so I'm gonna, I don't know, start making my own party there.
Expect to see LDNRBS. So expect to see us all for sure. Now, LDNRBS, that was Emmavie. Let's give her a clap, guys. Give her a clap. For sure.
Thank you for having me.
For sure. Not going to announce who we got next week and that, but we'll leave that. But follow us on socials for sure. LDNRBS.